seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! Woo! I'm full of water. I say hot tub. Hot. I say very hot. I say hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet. Say hot tub. Rubber tub and hot tub. Rubber tub with me. Shall I get the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me sweat?
Yeah!
Shall I get the hot tub?
Yeah!
Will it make me wet?
Yeah!
Well.
Woo! We are live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, on an absolutely beautiful Tuesday. What's happened? What's a special today? What can the college football players do today if they choose to do so?
Get paid.
No, transfer out.
Oh, they do that too.
You can transfer out today. It started today, except for in the SEC. If you're in the SEC and you need a defensive lineman, and you got one leaving from Alabama, he's not happy, you can't touch him. You can go to the Big Ten, you can go to the Big 12, you can go to the ACC. Why you want to go to the ACC? They're getting ready to explode. But you cannot go to another team in the SEC. This will last about as long. What do you need to do? Here's what you need to do, defensive lineman. Call up at Ohio State, find out who Justin Fields used as his attorney, call him, make an appointment, and you will be able to transfer to any school in the SEC because it will not hold up in court.
No, nothing will hold up in court anymore, especially after the Tennessee lawsuit where they can transfer at any time for any reason.
Well, I was cutting Ohio State down because what y'all did with the transfer deal. You ruined. You're right. You guys ruined the transfer of
Joe Burrow.
Football. We said you have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I couldn't be better. How you doing, man?
I'm doing lovely, just lovely, living here in the Arkansas Triangle between Toad Suck, Turkey Scratch, and Possum Grape. And I'm just hearing y'all complain about scholar athletes being able to do anything that other students can do. I attended 5 universities and colleges. Thank you before I finished. Anyway, so I have a little alternative attitude, and I coached, but and you know that, and you did too. I'm just more concerned right now about baseball since it's getting baseball season, and I have never asked to publicize anything or to get money like some of Feinbaum's callers tried to shake him down, but I would never do that to y'all. But I do want to put out, if all you got to do is dial Peyton Manning, that's 1-8, Ray Nitschke, 66, and then 6, IDGAS, IDGAS, if you want to contribute to having Auburn start a baseball program. And if you want to help the Florida Gators, then you call IDGAF. That same number.
Hey, Mike, what happened to Arkansas this week in baseball, Big Daddy?
They ran into all the good athletes at Alabama are playing baseball. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. But
Bama beat them. 2 out of 3.
Yes, they did.
Number one team in the country. Number one team in the country.
Used to be.
Hey, Mike, is any truth to it that you were out in San Francisco, then flew over to New York, and you got people standing on bridges and everything? Was that you? Are you in charge?
Well, yeah, but I tell you what, it's tough. I had to use my old sea bag from the Coast Guard to put all those $100 bills from the Arab Gulf states to give to all those rabble-rousers. You know, it wasn't so bad when I took them into Memphis and gave them to, I won't call the names of the organizations, but they exist, and they're mostly, you can find them on Sundays at 11 o'clock. Usually it's a certain, big building in the neighborhood.
Wow.
But they keep shutting down these bridges, man. The next target's the Hathaway Bridge. We want to make sure
we'll throw them off the bridge.
We want to make sure nobody comes across from the mainland and pollutes the beach.
Yeah, right. They'll never do that down here.
They already do.
No,
they
okay, Lisa. All right. Come on. It's their right to do that. It's also your right to run them over with a cement mixer if you want to.
Why stop? Yeah, just keep going. Yeah.
It's their right to scream death to America.
Can you believe that? Where's Michigan, Eddie? In Michigan, They're yelling death to America in Michigan. And one of their football coaches, another coach just got arrested again. 3 o'clock in the morning, a mile and a half from the football facility, they get arrested again, another coach. What's happened to Michigan, the whole state?
Well, they lost in the Frozen Four, man. Just go easy on them, okay? And by the way, if you see that, man, tell them the Coast Guard wants their rent for Joint Base Traverse City, since we're senior to the Air Force. Of course, we need to pay the Navy for renting that space over there behind y'all. But anyway, y'all just be good. Enjoy life on the world's most beautiful beach. I love you, and go Vols!
Go Vols. Every day we get up, we have an opportunity to be positive, negative, happy or sad, glad or mad. You make the choice. And I say that all the time. I always say to my players, when I watch TV, I got to turn the channel. I get so pissed off at what's going on in this country. The sheep are just sitting back and getting slaughtered.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, that guy at Michigan is not a coach per se. He's a personnel player, director, assistant, or something.
Well, he's got something involved.
Yeah. So he's not technically a coach. Not one of their 10 coaches.
Yeah.
Great player.
They have one of their coaches.
You know where he went to high school? He went to Deerfield Beach High School.
There you go. There you go. That explains everything you need to know right there. But seriously, I'm watching the TV, and they're not arresting them because they're scared they're going to get sued. Because I don't know, maybe they had their hands glued to a bomb in the car. Who knows? But to block the traffic on that bridge blew my mind.
That won't be the last time.
New York, they did arrest some people and get after them. So New York handled it a little bit better. And then all those idiots, they're foreigners that came in here. I don't know if they're illegal or illegal, but they're sitting there saying death to America. What in the hell is going on?
Why are we letting people in the country that don't want to be in the country?
We got politicians that hate this country and other places.
We're being run by criminals.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
blatant.
No doubt.
We're a third world country. We are. Let's see what they're doing. Anyway, I got to get off that. I'm making a choice to be negative right now. I got to be positive. Hey, speaking of something positive, the law enforcement over there, what county is Sneed's in?
Jackson County.
Jackson County. Their softball coach, he did something naughty.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, said something naughty. He was, you can't, I forgot the law, between 12 and 16 age group, they won't give the name out to the young lady, but evidently a male softball coach over there did something inappropriate, been arrested, and is in big-time trouble, and that's sad. That really is sad. So anyway, and they got a great softball program over there. And did you not tell me that Bay beat Arnold last night in baseball?
11-10.
Coach Hudson, baby.
They got it going.
Coach Hudson's a man.
The baseball in this county is just
Arnold
phenomenal.
was declared the national champs by Max Preps in soccer.
Well, can you say that one more time, please? Can you say that one more time?
National champ Marlins.
Glenn, this is for you. What are they, Jim Bob? One more time.
National champs.
They are national champs. Arnold, has any school ever in Bay County, ever in the Panhandle of Florida, been national champs? I say not.
I doubt it.
We are officially national champs.
I'm going to keep my sarcastic, snippy comments to myself.
He ain't listening. You can say it. Glenn, are you listening?
Yeah, he's listening.
He probably is. Anyway, that's incredible. Number one, and the baseball team's outstanding this year. Softball team, Rick Green's got it rolling over there. But it just shows you. They wouldn't play. Mosley comes over to the beach, beats them in baseball, and now Bay pulls the upset. Baseball's great. I want to see how Bozeman does against Arnold.
Some big baseball games coming up, especially, with Bozeman Arnold having 2 games left to play. I mean, Bay High's playing really well. Mosley's, kind of turned it around. That series they had with Arnold, they won one, lost 3-1 in the other one, so it was really 2 really competitive games. Go out there and watch these games. Support these athletes. I mean, this is what funds these programs and what allows them to be successful is people in the stands, following the games, paying for tickets. So, and these games are exciting. These are talented kids. Some of these kids are committed to Florida State. You're going to see some of the top baseball players in the country. So go out there and support these guys.
Yeah. So I was telling Jane before the show, I went to that game on Friday with Mosley and Arnold.
Yeah.
And I was behind home plate for most of the game. Cooper Moss is way better in person than I thought he would.
I bet.
It's like,
he's for real.
I was impressive. He pitched the whole game, the entire game. They only gave up. They got from for 1 run in the first inning. I said, this may not be his night. And that was it. Mosley had 4 hits the whole game. Arnold only had 3, and he had 2 of them. He hit a home run. You talk about a no-doubter. The left fielder he didn't even turn around. He crushed it. Oh, my God.
And the thing about Coop, though, he is a good kid. Man.
Yeah.
He's a great young man. And so is Blair.
Yeah.
Blair's boy is you talking about good, quality kids. That's role models right there. Well, look what they're both going. They're getting to Florida. I mean, they can go to Florida.
I was definitely impressed.
Yeah.
They were good.
And there's so many other good baseball players in the Panhandle of Florida. But South Walton's got a great baseball team over there also. They got it rolling. I want to wish birthday Jane Fleming. She had a birthday last night. We're all at Outback, had a great time. Great lady. Happy birthday to her. Baby boy's having a birthday party tomorrow. Jared will be. I forgot. He's getting up there. Getting old. So I got to hang out with my grandson Johnny a little bit last night. He's looking really good, and the granddaughters. But had a great time. So happy birthday, Jane. Yeah, there was something else I want to get into today. Oh, really though? Seriously. Getting back to the SEC, where the commissioner and the coaches felt like that was a good deal, that once you transfer one time, the second time it opened up, which is today, you're not allowed in the SEC to transfer to another SEC school. How long do you think? It may be another year until somebody challenges and then it's gone.
Till they lose another Caleb Downs. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, no, I get where the coach is going. We're going to lose one. Let's lose it to the Big Ten. Well, we don't have to play them week in, week out. I get where they're coming from. But I also know how greed is. Sooner or later, Texas, Alabama, Georgia, somebody's going to go, we need that guy.
Right.
Hey, get him. Tell him that's what he needs to do. Call Ohio State. Here's a number. Call that lawyer that started the downfall of college football. Call him, Ohio State. Anyway, that will happen.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably soon.
How much time Glenn is listening. Oh, guess what Glenn just sent me? Glenn's listening, and he goes, Bay 11, Arnold 10. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. I'm glad you're listening. Hey, do you guys at Bay ever win a national championship?
We just did.
Just saying. What now?
So we just did. We beat the national champs.
Not in soccer.
As determined by the ultimate governing body, Max Preps, who sees all, knows all, does all. So if they say it, it's got to be true. Just saying.
Ooh, I'm just looking at something.
So is Caden Proctor, big fat Caden Proctor, coming back to Alabama from Iowa?
Yes, he was on the sidelines during the game.
Is he over 400 pounds now?
He looked good. 6'7",
400,
probably 365. And then Bryce was there, and Bryce looked so small. Bless his heart. I mean,
he's about 5'8".
Bryce,
maybe
180.
Yeah,
he looked, but he was with the other big guys. But he looked.
He's standing next to his uncles.
I just hope they don't get him killed up there. But anyway,
I don't get it how they salvaged their entire draft to draft him. You know, I mean,
how do you rank him higher than C.J. Stroud?
I mean, C.J. was 6'3", 210 pounds. I mean, phenomenal arm, good kid, never had a problem. But that's the ESPN hype.
I got something for you too. We're going to talk today. We already know now. We don't even have to play the season. 24/7 came up with the 12-team playoffs. The two teams will play for the national championship, and I do believe it could happen. I do worry about Georgia's schedule. They could slip up. Hopefully, at the end of the year, really, if they lose 2 regular season games and get in, they still have a chance to win it all. But that schedule concerns me. They do have a quarterback coming back that's really good, so they should. It's going to be interesting what Georgia does this year. But we'll talk about that later today. God, there was something else I wanted to say, and I can't think what it was now. How much time we got? All right, okay. We got anything we're giving away today? Anything going on?
Nope, everything's...
Got Best of Bay now. We need to go vote for Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Go on Best of Bay, newsherald.com, look it up, jump down to Best of Bay. And what category is that in?
I think it's health and beauty, but I have to...
Health and beauty.
check.
You should win that for sure. Health and beauty, you'll get that. Jason will win that big time.
All you got to do is go to espnpc.com, and it'll take you right to the News Herald website. And so you just choose your category and scroll down and then click on it. And then if you don't see the name there, all you have to do is type it in and then click on nominate.
Glenn, you need to call in around 7:30. Glenn Manley, we need you on the phone at 7:30.
He's fired up, huh?
Yeah, we got to get him on the phone. He got some information. I want him to share this breaking news. I was going to ask you. I hear things. You know how we hear things? Mm-hmm. I heard a little bit. A little bit. There's a good coach at McCullough. I think he played at Georgia. We might know him a little bit better in the future. Okay, that's called a tease. I just teased you, Jim Bob.
Okay.
Does it feel good? All right, J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer, one day away from that world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. South Oak Title and Closing. Do what the best realtor in the Southeast, Mark Howard, down on 30A, makes. He makes unbelievable amount of money selling real estate for big money. I'm talking about huge. I'm talking multi-million-dollar homes. Who do they use? South Oak Title and Closing, a local here in Northwest Florida. Chuck Tucker. South Oak Title and Closing, #1. Another outstanding restaurant that has a great special on Wednesday. If you live over in Lynn Haven or across the bridge over there, get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Wednesday, 10 wings and a side for $9.99. Pat does a great job. Of course, we all know Pat Perno's the city commissioner, but does a great job with Beef O'Brady's. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. And another great place to go this weekend, Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street, the brand new facility. Friday night, fried fish or grilled, baked beans, cheese grits or french fries, rolling a tea. Saturday night, give it this vegetables or whatever you want, fried shrimp or grilled shrimp. That's a special. Then Sunday, the big one, Jim Bob's favorite, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans.
Mashed taters.
Green corn, cream corn, and roll in a tea. Charlie Corn's place. You talk about some fine country cooking. It doesn't get much better than that. It's good. She's from country. Don't get me going. Severson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. If it breaks down in the middle of the night, it doesn't matter. We don't care. We welcome it. We got Stevenson Air Conditioning. We called them, and everything's fine. I apologize getting off and being a little negative there this morning, getting upset watching that news. I got to just keep it. I reached out to Jason. He goes, turn the channel. You're going to get PO'd.
I do. I did that 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
You came in such a good mood, too.
Yeah, and I saw something on my phone. I think people are baiting me to get in trouble.
And it works.
I think Glenn's doing it on purpose.
Just hunker down to the election.
Yeah.
Let it play out.
Yeah, right. He'll be in jail. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer, #9.
Saturday, April 27th at Bay Haven Charter Academy. In the main event, it's a tag team showdown with Exodus versus Mike Steele and Mr. 850. Then, Kelly Mann and Kelly Clark in the Wrestling Against Cancer Championship bout. Plus, exciting women's wrestling. Doors open at 5:30. Bell time 6:30.
For information, ESPNPC.com.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 78 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 66. About the same tomorrow, around 76 with some clouds and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hot with a high around 76 and partly cloudy Thursday. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumberyard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat donut for a limited time and enjoy the Kit Kat donut collection at Krispy Kreme Donuts. Choose from the Kit Kat salted caramel brownie or the Kit Kat cookie dream and break off a piece of that Kit Kat crunch donut. So give yourself a break with the Kit Kat donut collection only at Krispy Kreme Donuts. Next to Gulf Coast Hospital, 23rd Street in Panama City and the Ross Clark Circle in Dothan.
I don't always talk to Alabama fans, but when I do, I ask for large fries. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 Brant Kovaleski, Wildcat in the studio. Mike Memon is now the new Memon is now the new basketball coach at Bay High School.
It's a great hire for them, man. I mean,
he was at Bozeman and Mosley before that.
Won at both spots.
I think hopefully Glenn will call us and give us some more information on this at 7:30. I hope.
I actually talked to him yesterday. I don't know if he'll want me to say this, but I called him on accident, so he called me back, and we kind of talked and caught up because I haven't talked to him about 4 or 5 years. And he said, his wife wanted to come back to the area, and that he was driving around right now looking, talking to somebody about a job. So I didn't know it was Bay High because he couldn't, talk about it at the time. But just a kind of weird situation. I haven't talked to him in a while. I accidentally called him. He called me back. We kind of rapped a little bit, and he did tell me that he was looking at a job back in Bay County. So solid hire for Bay High. Really, really good guy. He was over there with Matt Anderson, myself, and Coach Grady. We coached over there for about 4 years together. Had a really good time. Had some really good teams. That was with Burt Reed and those guys. So had a lot of success over there. So that's a really, really good hire for Bay High.
That Clark girl, you know how much her contract's going to be?
Probably a couple $100,000.
$338,056. I thought it'd be a lot more. We'll come back. We got Coach. Let's bring Coach Coffin on. Man, he's got it rolling over there. They are starting to win. He's got that thing turned around. Coach, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you spending time with us this morning. We haven't talked to you in a week. You got the wins are starting to roll in there. You got this thing turned around, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we got a big one on Friday. We played North Bay Haven and got back on the winning side of things in a 12-inning marathon. Our weekend started a little late, but it was worth it to get that win.
Talk about it. Talk about the game. What happened? Who played well? And that is a big win.
Yeah, our pitching really led the way for us. I mean, 12 innings. I think we gave up 1 earned run. Tyler Harry started. He went 7 innings of one earned run, and then Devin Langley keeps doing what he's doing. He came in relief and pitched the last 5 and did a great job as well. And we played good defense for the most part and just found a way to squeak out the win. We got a run in the 8th, and they answered with a run, and then we got one in the 12th, and finally kept them off the board when we scored one. So finally got the win.
Well, it seems like you guys are getting good at the right time. You're getting closer and closer to the tournament play. Give us some names. Who surprised you here? Who's improving, and who's a surprise for you this year?
Yeah, one of our pitchers, Brady Johnson, on Wednesday, or we ended up playing Thursday against Bozeman. He threw a heck of a game against them. He went, I think it was 5 2/3 of 2-run ball against that lineup. It was pretty impressive. And then just all around, Tyler Harry, who I mentioned in the game, he's really stepped up recently for us on the mound. And our shortstop, Javier Girbolini, not really a shock. We knew what he was capable of, but he's kind of turning the corner, hitting the 3-hole for us, and playing a very, very good defense. So those are some of the guys that are kind of stepping up for us.
Well, all right. What do you got coming up this week? Who are you playing this week, and where?
We got 3 revenge games. We got three teams that already beat us this year, so we're trying to get a little revenge on them. We got Walton tonight at Walton. We have on Thursday we have Mariana coming to visit us, and then on Friday we have our senior night against Rickards. They're coming to us.
You playing Rickards? Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. So that's the last 3 regular season games?
No, and then we have 3 more next week, too.
Okay. All right. That's what I was throwing with it. What do you feel about these 3 teams coming up? What's your gut feeling about it?
I think we got a good chance. Walton, we played them really tough the first time. They kind of slipped away from us. The ball didn't quite bounce our way that game. Mariana was one of our worst teams of the year, I thought, and I told the guys that yesterday. I think that's a team that we can compete with. When we came out kind of flat against them at their place, and I think we'll be fired up for that one. And then Friday, Rickards, we lost a 1-run game to them, so just got to get on the other side of it. I'm feeling pretty good about this week.
Well, good, man. You started out with all those young kids. You didn't have really a feeder program. You had to kind of really build it back from scratch. But do you still see younger kids getting involved in the program? Your JV team. Do you have a lot of freshmen involved, sophomores involved with the baseball team? And are you feeling good about that?
Yeah, I mean, sophomores, that's our big class. I think we got about 6 or 7 sophomores, and then freshmen. We got some freshmen that are contributing for us as well at the varsity level, and another little group at the JV level, and some 8th graders. Man, it's funny you bring that up because, man, I practiced yesterday. These 2 8th graders really impressed me, and just seeing how far they've come in just a short amount of time that they've been with us, man, it really gets me excited for the future, and just if they keep progressing, man, I think some good things are ahead of us.
Do you like that, having those 8th graders housed there because they can practice with you? I mean, you get an extra year with them. You do like that, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, you just get them early and just get them a part of our culture and our program, and they seem to improve. Just kind of getting thrown in, they're getting scrimmage at bats against seniors and against some of our best pitchers. So it really prepares them for the future and kind of throw them into the fire, but they come out better for it.
Great thing about those 8th and 9th graders, you get them involved with Max Fit Sports Nutrition at that age. How much bigger, stronger, faster, how far they'll hit the ball, be able to throw the ball faster, and everything else. It's a perfect matchup, Rutherford, Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
It is. That's the main thing I'm going to focus on this offseason is
bigger, stronger.
Really
yes, sir.
Getting them bigger, stronger, faster. So maybe that is the perfect matchup that we'll have to look into.
Yeah, he'll be glad to come.
Yeah, we'll definitely come talk to you and talk to the players. We've come out to a lot of high schools, so whenever you guys are ready and going into that off season where you are able to build some muscle, sit down, talk about nutrition, we'll come out and talk to the guys for you.
Awesome, that'd be great.
And Wildcat, we want to thank him for all the times that I know Coach Coughlin has spent a lot of time getting online, voting us Best of Bay, our show. So we need to thank him.
That's really nice of him. He's been spreading the word here and far.
Yeah, I haven't slept much in the last month trying to.
Yeah, and I also heard he had all the teammates doing the same, his team players doing the same. Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it, man.
He has no shame, Coach. He has no shame.
Whatever it takes, baby. Whatever it takes. Hey, listen, great job. Keep it up. We'll talk to you next Tuesday, and really proud of you. Doing a great job over there, Coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all you guys do for the county.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it. Talk to you later. Thank you, Coach. All right.
Another solid baseball team in Bay County. I mean, there's so many good ones.
Baseball is.
There's no easy games anymore in Bay County. So North Bay Haven's good, Rutherford's good, Bay Hyde, just beating Arnold.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought North Bay Haven would get them.
Yeah.
And then to do that was.
Well, he said they're just a couple plays away. They cleaned some stuff up. Yeah. That was going to turn into W's, and that's exactly what's happened. This is a big week for them, though, like he said.
And then Bay, what Bay did, I mean, heck, he's building that.
You stop and think about, though, I'm not trying to make excuses for them.
Sounds like
but
it.
They played Mosley twice.
Right.
In 4 or 5 games. Big games, both great games. And then you play Bay on Monday. I'm just saying.
Can we keep it fair and balanced? I mean,
not so fast, my friend.
What? Is a rivalry?
Coach Hudson is a state champion coach.
Bay Arnold, you not ready to play Bay? Arnold not ready to play one another?
When I was at Bay, that was our biggest rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, Rutherford in basketball, but Mosley in baseball for sure.
Yeah. Glenn, are you going to put up with this?
No, I'm here for this. I went to Bay High. That's my motto.
Yeah.
But I love it.
But I'm with Jim. That was
I'm just saying. I mean,
look at the rat poisoning.
It's hard to get your best effort every game.
But you got to in this game.
Why do those college teams lose those midweek games?
Thank you.
Same thing.
Because they're not very good.
Same thing. I'm going to ride the fence on this one.
I'm not.
No, you got to perform when you get out there. And every time you line up in the county, and this county in baseball, you can get beat by those schools. I don't care what the records are.
That's true.
You got great coaches. And I say it all the time, they don't get paid enough, and there's more pressure on them to win than any other coach in the county. Any other sport, even football. Baseball's under more pressure.
When you get between the lines, all that we played this team, that team doesn't matter. You got the team in front of you. They want to beat you. You want to beat them. All that goes away. And Bay High got it done.
Yeah. And Michigan played Ohio State played Michigan.
That's different. That's different, sir.
Before Missouri.
That's different, sir.
Before Missouri, so
That's also different, sir.
They had Michigan, then they had to go and play a bowl game against Missouri. So
Okay, so I see your point a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. That was Jim's point, by the way. What do you? Hey, what do you guys? Did you have a coach get in trouble in June or something at Kentucky? I heard something on Fox News. What's going on?
Don't do that.
Was it bad? Okay. We won't. It's not good.
Coach Cal ain't there no more.
I was listening to the show yesterday, and he was complaining about his walking with an ankle or with
my
a
God.
walker.
Hey, come on, man up, man.
So he gave me the sad rundown of how his ankles are screwed up. Now here's my question:
What?
Did you use Kovalevsky's joint juice for your ankles? Did it have?
I'm not on a walker today.
The problem was, Jim, he was on that white juice before it happened. That was the problem.
Yeah, how much?
That's why I got to take Friday off. I got a leak in the still.
It was that clear juice that
How
got
much
him.
white lightning did you drink before you
that
tried
white
to
juice
hold
got
back the
him
boat?
The flammable clear juice he drinks in the morning.
What were you thinking?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking.
Anyway.
We're drinking enough. So.
Hey, give us a call today, 215-6290. We'll give away something, maybe, far as you know. We will. We'll give away something, 215-6290. Hopefully Dr. Manley will call, because I don't think he will. I think he's intimidated because Arnold is a national champ, and I don't think Bay's. Hey, Jason, you went to Bay. Do you ever remember Bay being a national champ of anything?
No, 76, Coach Cobb, state champion football team.
We're talking national. We ain't talking a little
We're talking
state.
natty, baby.
We're talking the whole country now. We're talking Arnold Marlins, the national champs.
I know they had
we don't settle
soccer
with this.
teams back then that were pretty good. So.
Okay. Other words, Jim, they hadn't done it. That's just what I
So that
thought.
would be a no.
That would be a big time no.
So your final answer, sir, is no. Okay.
It's a maybe. It's a maybe.
I can repeat the question.
No, I'm okay.
Are we
Can't
clear?
handle the
Are we
truth.
clear?
We did go to the state
Crystal.
championship game in 95.
Crystal. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. You want to have a great time. The best Mexican. Cooper Monsi's there. I saw him and Steve there. They love it. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street. That can be NIL for Coop.
Right before they lost to Bay.
No, yeah, that's not true. He ate there when they won.
Okay.
El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Happy hour, buy one, get one free, but they got lunch specials Monday through Friday. Great Mexican food, great atmosphere. Thursdays, they have carry. They're still waiting for Jim and Glenn to come in there together and do a little singing, but we haven't arranged that yet. We got to get it done. Hey, if you want some great barbecue, where are you going to go?
Rudy's Barbecue.
You want a great breakfast, where are you going to go?
Rudy's.
Lunch?
Rudy's.
And dinner.
Rudy's.
Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road is incredible. Big, beautiful facility. The Lorelei Layton room in the back for big-time birthday parties or get-togethers. You can have it right back there. You know, Lorelei Layton didn't even speak to me last night. I'm mad at her.
Probably didn't get her that brisket she wanted.
Well, we were somewhere else.
That's why.
Yeah, I didn't pick it. I didn't pick the place. It was a good place, though. Hey, Dr. Chad Mitchell. Yes, Chad looked at Wildcat after the show and put his magical hands on it, like mine. And he did. He healed.
Demons come out.
hey, there were a lot of demons coming out of that body, boy. It was scary. But
Like Granny Hen, man. It was amazing.
Chad's been taking care of athletes for, this will be 25
Ainsley.
years. 25 years on Bay County sidelines. A legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. How many other people have been taking care of these athletes for 25 years? Not that many. We'll be right back with 104.3. Jim Brandt, FSU, hopefully Dr. Manley. But give us a call if you'd like to today, 215-6290. We need to give away some stuff. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Outstanding music by Wildcat on an absolutely gorgeous day. Be positive. Get that politician stuff out of here. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Hi, this is Jack Patterson inviting everyone out for a night of exciting professional wrestling. It's Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9, Saturday, April 27th at Bay Haven Charter Academy. Tickets are still just $12, ages 6 to 17 only, $8. 5 and under get in free. Proceeds go to 16-year-old Jaden for medical expenses. The Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9. More info at ESPNPC.com.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Hey there, employers. Are you in need of reliable and skilled workers to fill your staffing gap?
Look no further than Labor Finders, your go-to full-service staffing solution.
At Labor Finders, we offer a wide range of skilled, unskilled, and administrative personnel for all your employment needs.
Whether it's short-term projects or long-term placements, we've got you covered. Our diverse pool of talent is ready to tackle any job.
And guess what? We're always on the lookout for new talent to join our team.
Partner with Labor Finders today and experience the difference. Visit our website or contact us now to find your perfect match.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a place that feels like home right in the heart of Panama City? Well, look no further than Charlie Corm's place at their new location on 15th Street. Charlie Corm's is not just a place, it's an experience. Imagine cozy corners, friendly faces, and the aroma of delicious dishes that'll make your taste buds dance. From sunrise breakfast to late night bites, Charlie Corm's on 15th Street has it all. Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street is now offering exclusive weekday lunch specials. Visit Charlie Corm's place on 15th Street. Look for the giant mural.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all. I hope you won't judge me on one email I sent 10 years ago.
My apartment smells of rich mahogany.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
Not after spicy a food demo!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Woo! And welcome back. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Hey, what's he on now?
Huh?
What is he on now?
I don't know.
Is he okay? Go check on him. You okay? Hey. Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! FSU update is brought to you by Newbies. Get out and have a great
10 minutes
time.
early on that segment.
Oh, okay. You wanted us to get fired up about that great music you played, and I appreciate that. And then you did the FSU. I get it.
It was great.
Yeah. It's kind of like, we had played Mosley.
You normally do Florida State at 7:45.
I
get all
Look at
excited.
these excuses. Coach Manley, I need you in here, bro.
Unbelievable.
The excuses they're making for Arnold.
Get out to Newbies, have a great time. 3 great locations, Newbie 2 on the Curve, place to watch all sporting events, and get down to Newbies, the mothership, the best bands in the Southeast. Go have a great time down there. And don't forget, Thursdays, you can go play bingo. We got to go, Jim Bob. What you got for us?
All right. Well, it took 365 days, but finally got to the point where in baseball, in D1 rankings, Florida State is ranked, and it changes all the time. These are the ones I looked at this morning. It's probably different now. Before the show, I looked this up. Florida State's number 8 in D1 baseball.
Let's go.
And the Gators are not ranked at all.
About time.
So that's got to make Manley and Rob, Tommy Santamon, Greg Burknicki,
Bill Allen.
It's got to make them happy.
Yeah. The haters out there.
Yeah.
The haters.
Now,
the truth seekers.
over the last week, Florida State in baseball, they became the official, or actually unofficial, what am I saying? The unofficial state champs of the state of Florida. Because they're 3-0 versus the Gators. They're 3-0 versus the Hurricanes.
Timeout. Chad Mitchell goes, wait a minute.
Central Florida?
Central Florida. What about them? Yeah, he loves
They probably play
Florida.
Jacksonville, too. So I can't imagine them losing to those two, but you never know.
Right.
But that's not the point. The point is they're state champs, by gosh, and they declare, so it's
Amen.
got to be true.
Go FSU.
If I say it, it's true. That's how it works.
That's right.
And I looked up some of their statistics because from last year to this year is like night and day. So I looked up these are some of the more impressive statistics for the baseball team. They're number 4 in NCAA in team batting average at 331. Your team is hitting 331, and that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Right? They're 14th in the country in home runs. They've hit 67 home runs in 35 games, almost 2 a game. That's pretty impressive. All right. They're 11th in runs. They've scored 333 runs in 35 games. Now, if you do the math, That's almost 10 runs a game, like 9.5. How can you lose games if you're scoring 9.5 runs a game?
They haven't been.
Over 35 games. It's not just like one or two games. It's over 30, a pretty good sample size. And the one that really surprised me was because pitching killed them last year. Their team ERA this season, they're number 12 in the country.
Wow.
Their team ERA is 3.7. So if you're giving up 3.7 and you're scoring 9.5, math tells you got a pretty good shot at winning.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. So they're obviously got a great season going. For all the baseball people out there, and Bill, I hope they can keep it going so we don't have to listen to fire the coach and get somebody else.
Yeah,
because you know it's coming. They lose a game, you know it's coming.
Bill overreact. He's always been an overreactor. Always.
No, you don't overreact.
Nah, never.
You never overreact.
Never.
All right, now I'm going to change gears for a second here. I'm just going to connect the dots eventually. I'm watching the Ohio State spring game on Saturday. Joel Klatt is interviewing Chip Kelly on the sidelines. And his first question was, Chip, why are you here? Like at Ohio State, like, why are you here? And Chip Kelly, I'm paraphrasing now, more or less said, because I enjoy coaching. I enjoy actually getting in the room and coaching people and not having to do all the side stuff that goes with it. That's not exactly how he said it, but that's what he meant. That's kind of what he said. Now, what does that got to do with Florida State? Well, this Friday, this week, they have, I can't remember the name for it, but they got a big NIL meeting thing that they're going to have a silent auction and they're going to have players there. And Mike Norvell is going to speak. That's how I'm going to connect the dots here. So Mike Norvell, one of the things you have to do now as a head coach in big-time football, not even big-time football, any football, is you got to be able to raise money. So Mike Norvell is going to spend his time, they're going to have a silent auction for autographed stuff and memorabilia and all this, that, and the other. And it's going to go to, I want to say their NIL's name correctly. It's called the Battle's End. That's the NIL collective for Florida State. So they're going to have a big hoopla, $40 a person to go, have light hors d'oeuvres and drinks and such. Be a social thing, of course. So that's a big part of their job. And that's one of the reasons why Chip Kelly, because he doesn't like doing that kind of stuff. So unless you have that kind of, and that's always been part of a coach's job, but it's even more a part of their job now. So I just kind of was struck by that you got to be able to do that. And you better be good at it, because if you're not, you don't have a shot. I mean, that's just reality.
Used to be coaches did this to raise money for the program, facilities, equipment.
Right.
Now it's to pay players directly.
Yeah,
it's
that's exactly what it is.
You need a 5-star quarterback, you need a social. You need a 5-star defense lineman, we need to get some money in, and we're going to have an autograph signing. The coach is going to be there. We're going to have a dinner. That's just the way college football works now.
Yeah, it's sad but true. So, and then the other thing too, and I'll be honest with you, I don't follow as much as I probably should. All this, are they leaving the ACC? Are they going to go to SEC? Are they suing? Are they counter-suing? And all that legal mumbo-jumbo that goes on. Eventually, it's got to be worked out here, because within another year, they need an answer. So I don't know what their answer is, where they're going to go, how they're going to do it, where they're going to go, who's going to do it.
They're going to the SEC. Clemson and FSU are going to the SEC because CBS can actually let them. They can work that contract because they have the rights to the ACC. ESPN wants them in the SEC because they want those two brands. They will both be in the SEC in the future. I'm predicting that now because they control it. They can let them out of the contract or they can't.
Well, CBS is Big Ten now.
I said CBS. I meant
yes,
ESPN.
Okay.
ESPN. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Root of all evil. ESPN.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's take this call. Thank you for correcting me. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How are you this morning?
I couldn't be better, Robbie, except that nonsense you talked to me yesterday about spring football. Besides that.
I heard, and I do want to get into the thing about them signing and money and stuff, but I did want to pull your leg a little bit. I heard that Ole Miss's game day Saturday, y'all may have talked about it yesterday.
We did.
They had a hot dog eating contest.
They had tug of war. They set up basketball goals in the stadium. They had a dunking contest. What is our world coming to?
A clown show.
Anyway, that's enough of that. I just want to pull your leg about that after I text you yesterday.
You got my heart rate going.
talking about the FSU and the players and the coaches, I mean, Norvell is all into this. I mean, he gets off on doing all that kind of stuff. A lot of coaches really don't. They hate that kind of stuff. But you remember when they used to, the coaches and Gene Deckerhoff would travel around and do their booster night, booster club nights. And then they would he would sign, Bowden would sign autographs for an hour before. Are we not going to have media day now where the players all sit up on there and the little kids can go around and get autographs signed? I mean, is that going to be a pay?
No, I think they'll still do that.
They'll probably charge them.
Yeah, they're just going to charge for it.
Yeah, they'll still do that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Are they going to charge these kids and stuff now?
Good question.
Probably.
I'm joking, but
I would think so.
Truth to
I would think so.
Yeah. See, that's kind of what. But here's the other thing: is I didn't think the schools were allowed to associate with that. So media day is a school or a booster club or whatever thing. So are they going to be able to charge? Are the players going to be able to charge? And then you always had a big line for the starting quarterbacks and the running backs and all that. So are they going to be sitting over there with a cookie jar and you got to put a $10 bill in there to get them to sign you a mini helmet and stuff?
I think because of the Tennessee ruling, there's no rules being enforced on any of this. You can absolutely do whatever you want.
No, wait a minute now. What rules are being enforced they're picking and choosing which ones they want to enforce.
Right.
And then they'll lose in court, so it doesn't matter. There's no. Rob? There's no laws. They make up laws now in our whole country. I mean, they make up.
Right. Well, I was
make it up as you go along.
Yeah. Let's put somebody in jail today. Hell, let's.
Right. Yeah.
For not even a criminal offense.
And their people do it. They didn't do anything wrong. What? What did they do? What?
There's. We don't have any headlines today, so we got to get something going on.
Yeah, exactly right.
That to me is what's killing me about all this football. The college football game and everything else. That's why I didn't ever really. I mean, I had a pro team, but not like my college teams. And I'm just about to get to where it don't mean nothing no more.
Are you going to the spring game on Saturday?
I was going to go, and I think I'm not. I can watch it on TV.
Let me ask you this.
I'm going to take my girls to the beach this weekend.
Let me ask you this: Do they charge? And if they do, how much do they charge for a ticket there? Do you know?
I don't think they've ever charged for the spring game.
Okay.
Well, the problem is going over there this year. They ain't nowhere to park.
Yeah.
Auburn charged $10.
Ohio State charged too.
Yeah. Well, it's more money for the NIL. I mean,
and they may charge. I have not heard if they were charging.
I was just curious.
They did it at Alabama. I don't think they'll do it at Florida State either.
I'll see if I can find out, and if they're going to charge or not.
Yeah.
Then we'll know for sure. But it just I like going over there and doing all that. Yes.
Rob, FSU and Clemson will be going to the SEC. Wait and see. ESPN's behind it. They can let them out of that contract. Who controls the contract with the ACC?
Right.
ESPN.
Well, right. And see, ESPN's smart because they see where the money's at.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they're going to keep those rivals. They're going to keep those rivals up because that's all it's about with ESPN. Is what matchups they can get.
Yeah.
And do you really think that they're going to have a big matchup and stuff, and then they can't control the Florida game and that sort of stuff?
Well, I started thinking about it. They're not going to let Florida State. The ESPN's already got Florida State. They're not going to let them go to the Big Ten. That's money out of their pocket. They're going to be in the SEC. I think that now. I do.
And I think it's only fair. That can be across cross conference rivalry, a game and that sort of stuff. They don't. It's all about the big dollar. It's all about control and who's got the money.
Right. It's a man's world. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. We're way over. All right, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Have a good day.
You too, Rob.
Right.
Thanks for calling. Appreciate you. Thank you. Rob, we should have gave him something. But he calls all the time.
That man has everything.
Yes, he does. All right, do I have time to do anything?
Sure.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? There's two great locations. Jason's, what's the best way to get up with Jason Kowaleski?
You can give us a call, 850-708-3051. We're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods. We have a free sample bar at both stores, so you can try pre-workouts, proteins, amino acids, and we also have a certified sports nutrition on staff to be able to write you a diet and kind of lead you in the direction where you know what to eat, when to eat it.
And I want to personally recommend
Joint
the glucose joint boost.
No doubt.
Yeah, we have some great products. I
It
know a lot
works
of
fast, and it does not taste bad.
No, it's
That's
really
the
good.
real beauty of it, because you don't mind taking it every day.
A lot of people think we're all about just building muscle and athletes. That's not the case at all. You know, mom and dad can benefit from a lot of our products. We have a test booster called Alpha Force. It's one of the best out there. It's been helping guys, feel better, get a little bit more muscle tone, just energy levels. So just come check out the store. We have the free sample bar. Like I said, you can try products without having to buy stuff.
All right, we get back. Well, I tell you what, before we get back, let's do this. I know how 5 minutes can save your life. Make an appointment, go see Dr. Ward. 5 minutes can save your life. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, it's not right. Go get checked out. Offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Dr. Ward tomorrow at 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Guy's incredible. We'll be right back. What about FSU Clemson at SEC? Why do I am so confident that's going to happen? We'll get into that when we get back.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
What's up? This is David Hayes from the Afternoon Underdogs, and I would appreciate your nomination in the Best of Bay 2024. I'm running on a platform eliminating boring radio and bringing more exciting sports talk to Bay County. To nominate the Afternoon Underdogs in the category of Best Radio Show in Bay County, go to ESPNPC.com and click Best of Bay. This message brought to you by ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 78 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 66. About the same tomorrow around 76 with some clouds and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hot with a high around 76 and partly cloudy Thursday. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
At Creative Gems, we believe every piece of jewelry tells a story of love, legacy, and the art of fine craftsmanship. Family owned with every detail crafted on site in Panama City, Florida, we invite you to experience more than just shopping. It's a journey to remember. Come visit us online at creativegemsinc.com or in our showroom on Jenks Avenue. Open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Creative Gems.
Spring has sprung. Vacations are next. At That Boot Store, you can dress the whole family from the youngest to the oldest with high-quality clothing at fantastic prices and look great wherever you travel. No time for vacations? Not to worry. That Boot Store offers high-quality Carhartt work clothes at affordable prices, too. Shop That Boot Store, celebrating 60 years in business. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 9 till 5, and Friday and Saturday, 9 until 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia 15th Street, Panama City. That Boot Store, where God is good all the time.
Broadcasting live from the Redneck Riviera. It's the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, I am competing against them.
We are considered.
Yeah. We're back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're talking about FSU and Clemson, and I do believe that it just makes sense to me. The ESPN, and I will say that there are other schools in the SEC that they don't want any part of Florida State. They know it's going to make it tougher on them. Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, everybody right here next to them. Florida does not want them in there. But when the ESPN goes as a commissioner and goes, look, we're paying the bills, we're paying you these billions of dollars or whatever the amount it is over these years, we got to have the products we want to make the advertisement. What's the commissioner going to go? He's going to go with the money. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Yeah, absolutely. The SEC has a lot of power over the SEC and vice versa. They're going to, hey, who got in the playoffs last year?
Not
Alabama.
Florida State.
Not Florida State. Alabama did.
And Texas.
And another reason, and Texas, yeah, two future SEC opponents, yeah. And Georgia, to be honest, it should have been in there. They control the ACC contract.
For sure.
They have the power to negotiate and let Clemson and Florida State out without hurting the other ones too bad. And they don't lose the money of losing FSU and Clemson. When FSU's on TV, go look at the ratings, they're up there. Same thing with Clemson. they're up there. Their money, they make money for advertising. So I started thinking about. I said they're not going to let them go to the Big Ten.
It may not be a factor of let because Fox, CBS, they're ponying up a lot of money. They're paying out a little bit more money right now than the SEC.
Oh, they are. We screwed up. I'll be the first to tell you that.
And that's the only thing that gives me pause because geographically, I mean, it makes more sense for Florida State. As much as I want Florida State in the Big Ten because I'd love to have this area just to come down and play games. Florida State's a historic program. Yeah. But, I mean, geographically, just, it makes sense baseball-wise, not just football. Football's a national sport. Golf, these guys are flying all over the country. They play wherever, whenever. That's a different ball game. But even going up into Ohio in November, or Wisconsin and Lambeau Field at the end of October when it's minus 10 degrees doesn't make sense for me for Florida State for success. I mean, that's not you don't build your team in Tallahassee the same way you build it at Lambeau Field. It's just a different ball game altogether. And that's why sometimes when Big Ten teams come down and play in these bowl games when it's 90 degrees and in the heat, they don't match up as well because we're built different. So I think it makes much more sense for Florida State. But the thing I've learned over the last 10 years, money is the end all be all, and the more money they can get, they're going to go.
Money talks and BS walks.
Exactly.
Am I crazy? What do you think happens? Do you think the Big Ten gets them, or do you think is the SEC going to let this happen? They control it right now. They can control that contract with the ACC. They can make things easy or they can make it tough. So that's the reason I say SEC. But what do you think?
There's what makes sense and then what reality is. What you're saying makes sense. From culture-wise, from everything tradition-wise, it makes sense for Clemson and Florida State to be in the SEC. It does. It does. But we're going to give you X amount of $1 million more if you come play with us. So that's what it's going to come down to. I mean, that's the sad reality of where athletics is in college. It's all about money.
Not an amateur sport anymore.
Money.
Same thing's happening with Notre Dame, though. NBC has the rights to them. They're not in the Big Ten, but where do you think they want them to go? Because they have the Big Ten rights. They don't want them going to...
They're going to Big Ten.
Possibly, but, the SEC is going to make a run at them. I mean, and if ESPN can pony up the money... What people don't understand, these networks are controlling all this because they're paying out billions of dollars for the TV rights. That's what funds all these football programs.
That's the reason I said they're going to go to the commissioner of the SEC and say, we want FSU and Clemson in the SEC, and it's going to happen.
As long as the ESPN has the money, I think it will happen. But Fox, CBS, if they want Florida State, they're going to make a strong push, and they're going to offer them a number that's far away.
And the ESPN is going to go, no, we're going to hold you to the ACC contract. This is what it's going to cost you. And you know what? It bought me so much money that they're going to do it anyway with the Big Ten.
They might, yeah. I mean, that lawsuit, the way it plays out, is going to tell us a lot about what Florida State and Clemson are going to do. If they have to pay an exit fee, they'll probably end up in the SEC just because of the
even though they would probably make more money, and they'd make more money in the Big Ten because we screwed up and went with one company that seems to me like they're going broke. But anyway, Disney.
We hope. I'm kidding.
But they look at if Alabama's coming in there one week and the next week Georgia's coming in, Texas is coming in, LSU, Georgia, Auburn, Tennessee,
University of Florida, big rival.
I mean, they already got them, but all these other ones coming week in, week out, they could double that stadium.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, and they could sell the tickets to the other team, the visiting teams. If people in Florida State wouldn't show up, but they would. I just think it's a bigger deal to join the SEC. I think it's better for everybody involved.
But we've seen those matchups. What about Michigan coming into Tallahassee or Ohio State coming in?
I don't care where. Michigan goes anywhere, it's big.
Exactly.
If Ohio State goes anywhere, it's big. But it's not for Wisconsin. That doesn't excite me.
No.
Michigan State does not excite me. Penn State,
Northwestern, Indiana, Illinois.
I would say Penn State's pretty big.
USC, though.
When Penn State came to Auburn, that was a big deal. That was a big deal. But the other ones we don't really care about here in the South. I mean, be honest with you, it's Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah.
But now you got USC and Oregon.
Washington, maybe.
Yeah.
But I do think it's a cultural fit for Florida State to be in the ACC. I would expect, SEC, I do expect them to be in the SEC. As much as I would love for it to happen, I think it would be suicide for them to join the Big Ten.
I just think ESPN's going to get what they want. They own the SEC and they own the ACC. They hold all the cards. They can do what they want. They can let the not bleed them as much if they wanted to go. If they go to the SEC, they don't lose money. I get it. They go to the Big Ten. They're going to fight that. They're going to fight them losing those, especially both of them. There's no way we'll lose both of them.
No, I don't see Clemson as even an option for the Big Ten at this point.
Yeah. You mentioned Washington a minute ago. I didn't realize they lost every single offensive lineman they had, starters. They had a lot of people coming back. Ole Miss got 2. I didn't realize they all left. They lost a lot of players when that guy left.
They have 2 returning starters.
Yeah, and they're getting ready to go in the Big Ten. Good luck with. Hey, call Nebraska. Make a phone call, and be careful what you wish for.
New coaching staff, new roster. Yeah. I mean, it's completely
go
turned
play
over.
in that league and tell me how you feel in a couple of years. But they're going to make big money.
Oh yeah,
they're going to make a lot of money. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many of them. You want the yard look absolutely gorgeous? Turf Pro Pest Control can make it happen for you. Call Patrick. They'll come out and have that yard looking really good. And if we want to go shopping, I want to get Jim and Jason a Buckeye pin or maybe a Buckeye necklace, gold necklace with a big Buckeye on it. Where would I go to do that?
I thought about us making some money getting earrings made just like the one you wear.
Yes, I only wear one,
and you can you can get those at David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design. They design jewelry the way you want it, make it one of a kind piece. I know some of you gentlemen, the brave ones, are probably going to propose or even get married down on the beach this year. They have a beautiful selection of solitary diamond rings. They've got an estate sale so they can make them extremely inexpensive down there. And, of course, like I said, they can design stuff. If you already have some jewelry, take it, get it appraised, get it cleaned, and that way you can get it insured, of course, and they'll take care of everything. 830 Ohio Avenue in Lynn Haven, David Adamson Fine Jewelry and Design.
And design. That's one thing we've got. And design. That's the reason I said they can make it. And don't forget also great beef O'Brady's over in Lynn Haven, especially tomorrow. 10 wings inside for $9.99. Can't beat that. And we'll be right back. The Alabama's up deck. Then we got hopefully Andy Bertram. I'm not sure about that. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents
Wrestling Against Cancer, number 9.
Saturday, April 27th at Bay Haven Charter Academy. In the main event, it's a tag team showdown with Exodus versus Mike Steele and Mr. 850. Plus exciting women's wrestling. Tickets still just $12. Ages 6 to 17, only $8. 5 and under, free.
More information, ESPNPC.com.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 78 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 66. About the same tomorrow around 76 with some clouds and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hot with a high around 76 and partly cloudy Thursday. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. 800-261-7365. That's 800-261-7365.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn Haven. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Atlanta Braves baseball is back, and the battle for a 7th straight division title is officially on.
Stretching the pitch, swung on, lifted left field. That might get out of here. That's in the bullpen. Home run, Sean Murphy.
Tonight, it's a big American League matchup from Minute Maid Park in Houston as Michael Harris and the Braves take on the Houston Astros.
Coverage starts at 6. First pitch 7:10 tonight on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. It's ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide Roll. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Matter of fact, we're talking about this competition at Best of Bay. We recommend you support all of our sponsors. They do. If they're not the best, I don't know who is.
Right.
That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. If Max Fit Sports Nutrition is not the best, I don't know who is. Go to Best of Bay, look up the different categories, and if you hear our sponsorships on here, they're wonderful people. You all know Beef O'Brady's, Pat Pern, all these guys are outstanding. Make sure you recognize them. Just we're not asking. All it is getting us in the categories to have an opportunity to win it later.
Yeah, it's nominations, right?
Yeah, so go to Max Fit Sports Nutrition, put in, and what did you say it's under again?
I think health and beauty or health and fitness, I believe.
Yeah. And ours is under what? Entertainment or radio or what?
Yeah, leisure entertainment.
Radio, yeah. So go on to Best of Bay. Make sure, make sure you. Hey, forget Jason. Make sure you vote for us. Okay, just go vote. Stop what you're doing. If you get tired and want to do more than one, go ahead. If you're only going to do one, just do us. Oh, sorry, Jason.
Do it in the spirit because today's election day anyway.
Is it?
Panama City Beach.
Oh, that's
Mexico
right.
Beach.
I didn't even think about that.
Go out there where your vote.
We've stayed out of it, so we've been
Right.
good. I've been really good.
Get out and vote
I've been
because
really good.
these votes are the foundation, and you cannot build upon a weak foundation. So this is the foundation of our politics, our country.
You talking about voting for us?
Andrew Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
You are talking about our show, I hope.
Make those checks payable too.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get too far along, I just want to compliment the Alabama staff on their turf. Who's the turf and pest control?
I don't know. They just fired him.
It's like I turned that on, going like, "Are you kidding?"
I know.
What happened?
Everybody. Well, and then they
Like
try to make
between the
it
hashes, it was
beautiful.
new.
Yeah.
From those hashes to the sideline,
It was
looked
terrible.
like it was
dirt piles.
Oh, wow.
It was
Crickets.
awful.
When I saw that, I thought
Are you kidding?
somebody's going to get fired.
Yeah.
Somebody overlooked something. But here then, you know what they said? They covered their butts. They're going, we're looking at different things. We're ahead of the curve because we could host a game in December when it's really cold and the turf is dead. So we're looking at all this new stuff to do where the field look absolutely gorgeous in December. I'm thinking, yeah, right. It's not December now.
Right.
Maybe it was the Auburn version of Harvey Updike. Let me tell you what I did.
How many home games do you have in December?
Yeah, zero.
Oh my God, that field was.
I've never seen it look like that.
Oh,
it
my God.
It was pathetic.
It was bad.
How did Milrow play?
I don't want to get in that way. Alabama, I'm getting back something we hit on a little bit. I want to give more information because I thought he was a great man. He was the head football coach at Ole Miss when I played at Southern Mississippi, and I used to watch his TV shows and stuff. I don't think the guy said a cuss word in his whole life. So I want to give they did a little story on him, and I would like to share that with you at this time. Steve Sloan dies at 79, ex-head coach at Ole Miss. He won 2 national championships as a quarterback at the University of Alabama under legendary Paul Bear Bryant. He was the backup quarterback for Joe Namath. Namath hurt his knee in 1964. Sloan came in and led Alabama the rest of the way.
Ray Perkins was his receiver, wasn't he?
Yes. And they win the national championship in 1964.
There you go.
They also won the SEC championship that year. In 1965, Sloan was the starter. Again, he leads Bama to the SEC championship and to another national championship. He played for the Atlanta Falcons for a very short period of time. Then in 1968, he was assistant coach at the University of Alabama. When he got through playing in the NFL, Coach Bryant hired him. And it's like 1 year. I think maybe he lasted 1 year in the NFL, if that. In 1971, he was the offensive coordinator for one and only 1 year at FSU. I think they all got fired that year in 1971. I think. I could be wrong on that. Then he went to Georgia Tech as the offensive coordinator. He was a head coach at Vandy in 1973. His record, listen to this, his record at Vandy was 12-9-2, which was outstanding for Vandy. They were really bad back then. Because back then you could sign as many players you wanted. He left Vandy. He led Vandy to the 1974 Peach Bowl.
2 years at Vandy. Then he goes to Texas Tech. At Texas Tech, they'd been down. He was the head coach at Texas Tech from 1975 to 1976. What did he do at Texas Tech? He won the Southwestern Conference. Unbelievable. They got ranked as high as 13th in the country. Then it's time to come back to the SEC. Maybe he chose the wrong school. I'm not sure. Ole Miss was not winning much back then. He goes to head coach of Mississippi State at Ole Miss in 1978. He stayed 5 seasons with the Ole Miss Rebels. His overall record the 5 years with Ole Miss was 20, 34, and 1. His best season was 1978, which was the first, and Ole Miss went 5 and 6. Next phase of his life, he was the athletic director. Now, he was also the head football coach. Let me go back. He was also the head football coach at Duke. He lasted there 4 seasons. He was 1983 to 1986. Then he became an athletic director. He was athletic director at Alabama. He was athletic director at UCF. I didn't know that. Central Florida, I didn't know that. He was also the athletic director at UT Chattanooga. He was absolutely a great man. Coach Bryant loved him. He was one of Coach Bryant's favorite players. There's no doubt about that. But I remember when we played, we would stay up and watch all the play acts. Jack Gaither was one of the coaches in Mississippi. We watched all the different leagues and levels at night. We'd lay in there and watch the playbacks and watch all the coaches. And I was really, truly impressed with Steve Sloan. The way he acted, he was a first-class gentleman, and somebody said they never heard him say one cuss word his entire life. A great guy. All right, 24/7 Sports on the Alabama Crimson Tide. They did and I'm going to go over all this at around 8:30. They went over everything about Alabama after the spring game. They must have done it really quick. After looking, Alabama spring football game, Alabama's rejected now to go to the Citrus Bowl. Citrus Bowl. They will play another blue blood that underperformed again. Penn State, absolutely. SEC versus Big Ten in Orlando, Florida. They say Penn State, Alabama are loaded enough to make the college playoffs. Guess what? They didn't make it.
Oh, so they're out. That's not part of the playoff.
They're not in. Either one of the teams are in the playoffs. No.
Don't believe that one.
With returning quarterbacks, you would think that with the roster returning quarterbacks, good defensive line, good offensive lines, you think both these teams would make the playoffs, but they're saying no. Alabama will their schedule they play this year will come up on the short end of the stick and not make it. Remember, Alabama has Georgia at home. They're at Oklahoma right before the Iron Bowl. They're at Tennessee. They're at LSU. They're at Wisconsin, and the rest of the games in the SEC. Penn State, the problem with Penn State, they have James Franklin.
Right.
So there is a slap in the face to Coach DeBoer and the Alabama coaching staff and the Alabama players. You're not good enough to make 12 teams. 12. The top 12 go, and you're not good enough.
I don't believe that.
But the top 12 is misleading because you're going to take the 4 conference champs, and then if you have a Cinderella team, so you're only really taking the 7 best teams left over. You're not taking. We're still not taking the best 12 teams.
You're going to get 3-3 from Big Ten SEC.
It should be 5-5. I'm sorry, or 4-4 anyway.
It should be no conference affiliation, whatever. It should be the 12 best teams.
12 best teams. Yeah. Absolutely. So all you Alabama fans, be patient. They're saying it's not going to happen. If this happens, they're going to turn on him like you would not believe. Year one, they're going to go after him. If this was to happen, they don't make the playoffs with 12 teams going.
But what are they saying the record is?
Not good enough to make a 12-team playoff.
Well, if they lose 2 games, they're in the playoffs. I think if they lose 3, depending on the 3, if it's Georgia, LSU, and
if you took the best 12, they're in.
For sure.
And again, last year Georgia might have been the best team. I don't have enough time to do Alabama baseball. I'll save that for tomorrow. They're doing really well. And we get back, we're going to hit Auburn. We're going to try to call Andy Burcham and see what's going on with that. If not, we'll have some stuff on the Auburn Tigers. And then around 8:30, we're going to go in 24/7 Sports, what they predict for the 12-team playoffs. And they've got who's going to all these different bowl games. Pretty interesting. And you know what? They might be on something. Who knows? But that's right now. Let's talk about some of our great people. We want to thank Stevenson Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Jason, you guys do a great job. Go vote for them, Best of Bay. J. Michael's Restaurant, the best seafood, the coldest beer. We're one day away from the world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti every Wednesday. Do what Beth Moby does, and then the king of real estate, Mark Coward, down on 30A, deals with multi-million-dollar homes. all the real estate closings, they use Chuck Tucker. They demand South Oak Title and Closing. They always recommend them. You should go with them. It's your deal. Demand Chuck Tucker. Demand South Oak Title and Closing. No surprises. If you want a great meal tonight or lunchtime, let's talk about lunchtime. You go pick out whatever meat you want. I don't care, meatloaf. Whatever you want, go to Charlie Corn's place on 15th Street. Then you get 3 sides for $11.20. Weekend specials, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Friday night, fried fish. Saturday night, fried shrimp or grilled, whatever you want. Either one can be grilled. And then Sunday, the big one, fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, cream corn, rolled in tea. Right there, some of the best home cooking you can get anywhere. Just do not pay for Jason Kovaleski. He'll get all 3 of them at one time and eat them all. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back. Take us out, Wildcats. Something good.
Atlanta Braves baseball is back.
Swing and a drive. That's hammered deep right. He jumped on one and hits a homer.
We're your exclusive radio home for the Atlanta Braves.
At the wall. It is gone. A grand slam for Acuna.
Hear every exciting home run, every strikeout, and every thrilling victory on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 78 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 66. About the same tomorrow around 76 with some clouds and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hot with a high around 76 and partly cloudy Thursday. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update. Presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Get clean car happy at any of the 250-plus Tidal Wave Auto Spa locations today.
Braves open up their 3-game series with a win in Houston. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and your Braves Radio Network morning updates coming up next.
Tickets for the Braves 2024 season are going fast. This season is jam-packed with great matchups. Get your tickets at braves.com/tickets.
For the first time since they hoisted the World Series trophy, the Braves returned to Minute Maid Park, and they took down the homestanding Astros on Monday night by a score of 6-1. Houston got on the board first in the bottom of the first on an RBI single from Alex Bregman, but the Braves answered with 2 in the top of the second as Luis Guillorme singled and a run scored as Travis d'Arnaud came in on an E6. Then in the ninth, Braves scored 4 times on RBIs from Orlando Arcia, Austin Riley, and Marcell Ozuna, who extended his hitting streak to a Major League best 14 consecutive. Aaron Bummer picked up the win in relief of Darius Vines, who was really good over 4 2/3, giving up just 1 run on 4 hits with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts, although he did have to settle for a no decision. Braves and Astros will continue their 3-game series coming up later on tonight as Reynaldo Lopez gets the ball for the visiting Braves. And as always, hear the action live from the Juice Box right here on the Braves Radio Network at 8:10 p.m. Eastern. I'm Kevin McAlpin, and this has been your Braves Radio Network morning update.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. Well, what's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Whoa.
Hey, if you're over in Lynn Haven today, go have a great meal at Lynn Haven. Beef O'Brady's over there. Don't forget Wednesday's a big deal over there. The 10 wings and a side for $9.99. Cannot beat that. They got the 10 for 10 going on every single day. Great atmosphere, wonderful people. Lynn Haven Beef O'Brady's. Auburn update. We do have Andy Burson, the voice of the Auburn Tigers. Andy, how you doing, sir?
James, I'm doing well, thank you. How are things in the beautiful Emerald Coast?
Andy, you wouldn't believe how beautiful it's been the last couple of days. It's absolutely gorgeous. You got to get down here, play on the sandy beach. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I like to at some point.
Yeah, they're working you to death up there. You never get a break.
Tell them you're taking a day off.
Yeah, he can't take a day off. Hey, what's the weather like up at Auburn? Is it pretty nice?
Yeah, a little bit foggy this morning, but supposed to be sunny and warm in the low 80s, and a beautiful day, beautiful evening for baseball here as Auburn gets set to host Georgia Tech tonight at 6. And then the Tigers are on the road for the first of 2 straight weekends away from Plainsman Park. We head to Mississippi State this weekend, back for a home midweek game next Tuesday, and then back on the road at LSU next weekend.
You know, last week, Coach made some comments, got to get the bats going, kind of apologized for that one loss to Alabama State. I think it was Alabama State. What are they, you seeing the improvement? I know they played one of the best teams in the country, Kentucky. Talk about the Kentucky series, and then talk about what you think about Georgia Tech. And we know Mississippi State, anytime you play them, they can beat you or they could lose. So give us a little rundown what you think, what's going on with baseball.
Yeah, last Tuesday was an odd game for Auburn in the fact that the bats weren't going, and Auburn had some really good pitching. And Auburn lost that game by a score of 3-2 and had the tying run on base when the game ended. But then going into the Kentucky series, Auburn loses a 1-run game on Thursday, and then is dominated on Friday, and then Saturday jumps out to a 7-0 lead. And ends up losing the game 13-8. Last Tuesday, it was the offense. Last weekend, it was the pitching. That was the downfall for the Tigers. And that has been the case for the most part in SEC play this year. It's a relatively young staff for Auburn. I know it returns a lot of players from a year ago as far as pitching numbers are concerned, but it has not been what Auburn had hoped, I think, from its pitching staff so far this season. Now, remember this, a year ago, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, it's not going to happen. At this point a year ago, Auburn was struggling in the SEC and then really put things together in the second half of the season. The first 5 weekends of SEC play for Auburn have been against top 10 opponents. 5 straight SEC weekends against top 10 opponents. The first 4 of those were against top 5 opponents. And Kentucky, which only has 1 loss in the SEC, is now a top 5 team. The second half of the schedule, while it is not easy, and no SEC series is ever going to be easy, it does let up with regard to the competition that Auburn is playing.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a Mississippi State that won the national championship 3 years ago. Yes, it's then LSU, which won the national championship last year. You still have Ole Miss, which won the SEC, or which won the NCAA championship 2 years ago. You still have Alabama on the schedule. You still have a Missouri team that is much improved over a year ago. But it is not 5 top 10 opponents in 5 consecutive weekends. That hasn't happened in the SEC by an SEC opponent since Georgia did it in 2016. So the schedule is easier. I'm not saying it's easy, but the schedule is easier for Auburn this second half. And now we'll see if this Auburn team responds. It has to be better on the mound. It just simply has to be better on the mound for Auburn to have any kind of chance to turn things around at this point.
And they got Georgia Tech tonight. I don't know much about Georgia Tech. How good are they?
Tech comes in. They've won 4 of their last 5. The Yellow Jackets have won 4 of their last 5. They took a 3-game series from 16th-ranked Virginia Tech over the weekend. That series was in Atlanta. Interesting enough, this is an Auburn series with Georgia Tech that dates back to 1897.
Wow.
Let that sink in just a little bit. These teams have been playing each other for a long, long time. Tech is a very good hitting team, as it always is. It has very, very good power. Auburn has had trouble keeping the ball in the ballpark against opponents of late. That will be a challenge for Auburn tonight. Joseph Gonzalez will get the start for Auburn tonight. Typically had been a weekend starter for Auburn, trying to work his way back after arm surgery from a year ago. So he gets the start for Auburn tonight. And we'll just have to wait and see how this is. This was two very good games a year ago against Tech. Auburn beat Tech here in extra innings. Tech returned the favor in Atlanta in extra innings last year. So I look forward to it. I love the fact that these two teams are playing, and quite frankly, James, I wish Auburn and Georgia Tech were playing in a lot of sports.
Yes.
I just, these teams used to be conference foes until Georgia Tech left the Southeastern Conference. I just think it's a natural. A lot of teams do. A lot of teams still don't play each other, and I wish we'd see more of Auburn, Georgia Tech across the board in athletics.
Yeah, as we were talking about that earlier today, with ESPN controlling the contracts with the SEC and ACC, and I'm kind of thinking Florida State and Clemson will be in the SEC because ESPN controls so much of the contracts. And I would like to see Georgia Tech back in the SEC. That's just me. Is the Mississippi State game at Auburn, or is it at Mississippi State?
No. These next 2 weekends are on the road for Auburn, as a matter of fact. The Tigers play at State Friday night at 6, Saturday night at 5, and then Sunday afternoon at 1. Auburn is back home for a midweek game next weekend against a really good Florida A&M ball club. And then the Tigers go back on the road at LSU starting April 26th. So this is the start of 2 straight SEC weekends on the road after 2 straight SEC weekends at home.
Andy, do you like it better when they play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or do you like it like this coming up weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Well, I can talk to it from 2 different perspectives, okay? From a crowd perspective, I think you get better crowds Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Personally, I'd like to see Thursday, Friday, Saturday because I like to get a Sunday off.
Yeah.
I like a Sunday to spend a Sunday with my wife and go to church and have a bite to eat and, just have a Sunday, a day off. I understand, and listen, all of this is relegated by TV at this point anyway.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I think.
Right.
But those Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, I look forward to those because you get a Sunday free. I think if they and the one thing that I think plays against that is it's another day away from school.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving on a Wednesday, you're out of school Thursday, Friday. I mean, I know a lot of these guys take classes remotely now anyway, and Auburn has a terrific academic services for all of its student athletes, so that can be figured out. That's not a big deal.
Right.
But that would be one of the things if the SEC ever said we're going to a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, I think one of the factors they would look at is that extra day out of school. Personally, I wouldn't mind having the Sunday off. But hey, whenever Auburn plays, I'm going to be there.
All right, I want to ask you something else. I'm pretty sure I got this straight, and I'm looking forward to this if this is true. And you might not like it, but I think it's pretty cool. They're going to keep it in Hoover, which I love going up there. I finally got to see you in action up there. That was cool. All right, not this year, but the following year. Everybody's going to be invited. Oklahoma will be there. Texas will be there. And all the teams will be there. And you lose one game, you're gone. Is that right?
I believe that's the case. And I think they have to do something because of the 2 additional teams that will be joining the SEC. If you talk to the coaching staffs, and they are brutally honest with you, James, they will tell you they don't mind a single elimination tournament. Because most of the time, these teams go in knowing that they're already in the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Yes, there are times where teams play their way in or perhaps play their way out of the NCAA tournament at the SEC tournament. But from a pitching perspective, think about all of the pitchers that are having to be used and how you have to do that over the course of a week, where it starts in single elimination, then it goes to a double elimination and wraps up on Sunday.
Yeah.
They had to do something from a schedule perspective. I'm not surprised that they've gone to this. There are other conferences that do it in single elimination fashion. And if you win, you move on. If you're done, and you get home, and hopefully you're getting ready then for the NCAA tournament. So it's fine for me. Like I said, if Auburn's there, I'm going to be there. I think Hoover has done a magnificent job hosting this tournament. They've done everything that the Southeastern Conference has asked them to do as far as accommodations, parking, RV parking, all of the amenities that are in and around Hoover. It has become it's become a destination.
Yeah.
There's no way you could say, and it's the same thing about Omaha, Nebraska for the College World Series. They should be hosting the College World Series. They're doing a fabulous job hosting the College World. Why would you ever want to move it? My goodness, they built a stadium for it there.
Right.
And the Hoover Met is, they use it for football in the fall, for high school football, but otherwise it is the site for the SEC baseball tournament and some other games that are played there. Auburn will play Samford at the Hoover Met a little bit later on in this season. But I'm fine with that, and I think if you ask the coaches, they're fine with that as well.
Andy, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate it. If you hear anything, text me before next week if you know what I'm talking about.
I'll do it, James.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much, Andy. Talk to you soon,
take
buddy.
care. Have a great day. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Auburn Update, brought to you by Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. They do an outstanding job, no doubt about that. Pat, you know what? Pat does a great job as city commissioner of Lynn Haven also. Love that guy. Wonderful man. Got great employees down there. You walk in, they always got a beautiful smile on their face, and they're always happy. It's just a great place to hang out. It really is. Great place. Beef O'Brady's, Lynn Haven. Also, you want your yard to look absolutely beautiful. Turpro Pest Control can make that happen for you. Call them. They'll come out. Pat will fix you up. And if you want to make some jewelry, you want to make an Auburn necklace, it can be done.
Make a statement.
Where could they go to make it happen?
David Adamson Jewelry, 830 Ohio Avenue.
Ask for David or Russ.
Yeah, and they'll walk you through the whole process, where if you've got some jewelry you might want to get cleaned, repaired, or even sold, they buy jewelry too. So there you go.
And I'll tell you what I'm going to do Wednesday night. I want some paparazzi pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have some. I might even get that paradise cake with it. Paparazzi gourmet. That pizza there is, I know, but that pizza's unbelievable. And as a matter of fact, we're going to have some Wednesday night. Paparazzi. Go check it out. Lunch specials down there. Go get you 2 huge slices of pizza and a drink for $11 some change. You can't beat it. All you got to do is take a Buddy Wee and buy one more drink because one slice is unbelievable. Paparazzi, 3 restaurants in one, the deli, the bakery, and now they got a bar down there. Big John, retired police officer, does a great job. Get out to Paparazzi, tell him Coach sent you and have a great, great time. We'll be right back, 104.3. Yeah. Who's going to be in the playoffs? We'll tell you when we get back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida presents the Race to Talladega.
You are our winner for this week at 1 second flat. Now you're headed to Talladega. How excited are you right now?
Very excited, man. Appreciate it, man.
Well, we've also got you tickets for the Xfinity race as well, and you're going to be over there in a tower, my man.
Okay, thank you, man.
From PCB Hobby, Pepsi, Panama City, Toyota, and your racing station. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Ready to save big on the #1 selling car brand in the world? We've extended our best deals of the year throughout the month of April. Get 2.99% APR plus 90 days until you make your first payment on a new Camry. Get 2.99% on the sporty Corolla. Ready for 2.99% on a new RAV4? And get 2.99% on the tough Tundra. Wherever life leads, there's a Toyota for you. Right here at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires April 30th. For details, visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
Welcome to It's the James Hale Show.
But I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, pull over right now. Park that car. Pull up ESPN or pull up the Best of Bay. What's newsherald.com. Best of Bay.
Easiest way to do it is to go to ESPNPC.com. And it'll walk you through the whole everything.
Or go to newsherald.com. Either way, just do it. Vote for us. Forget everybody else. Just vote. And Jason. Vote for Jason. Vote for us and Jason. We appreciate it.
Do it now.
Do it now. Don't put it off because you won't do it.
Today's vote day anyway.
Yeah, vote day anyway. Go vote for where are they Panama City Beach?
Mayor of Panama City Beach and Mexico Beach got something going on, and on the other side of there, over by Tyndall Air Force Base with Springfield.
Yeah,
they've got an election.
Just go vote. If you're somewhere, you got to vote.
It's the foundation of our nation.
You voting today?
Nope.
Okay. Anyway, go vote. All right, let's get into this. 24/7 Sports bowl projection for 2024. This is after spring football games. Well, let me tell you something, 24/7 Sports, not everybody's played a spring game yet.
Exactly.
So I think this is false. I don't like this.
Propaganda.
Yeah. Here we go. Here are your 12 teams. Number 12, here we go. This blows my mind. Right off the bat is rigged. We need the best 12 teams regardless of conference. Here we go. Playoff teams. Number 12, ranked Liberty at number 5, Texas. That's your first playoff game at the Longhorns. Number 11, Miami at number 6, Oregon. Number 10, LSU at home. Beat Alabama, and they worked their way into playoffs. What do they got to do? They go for a rematch at number 7, Ole Miss. Number 9, Michigan Wolverines. Death to America. Death to America. People from Michigan saying that. I hope they don't win a game. Number 9, Michigan. At number 8, Notre Dame. Here are your big bowl games, week 2 of the college playoff season. The Rose Bowl. Number 8, Notre Dame versus number 1, the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Let's go.
Fiesta
Bowl.
Smart
people here. These are smart people.
Fiesta Bowl. Number 5, Texas. I don't like this one. Versus number 4, come on, Utah.
What?
Number 4, Utah.
Wait a minute.
What
Utah
conference are they
number
in?
4?
Yes, they win the Pac-12, Big 12, and they got a bye. The Sugar Bowl. Number 6, Oregon versus number 3, FSU. Take that, baby. Peach Bowl. Number 7, Ole Miss versus number 2, the Georgia Bulldogs. Here we go. The Final Four. The Final Four, 2024 college football season. Number 1, Ohio State Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl versus Florida State with all that speed, number 3. And then later that night in the Orange Bowl, the big, physical, twice beaten, maybe once, number 2, Georgia Bulldogs versus, out of the SEC, number 5, the Texas Longhorns. Wow. And then your national championship game, first ever 12-team playoffs, first national champion. Alabama finished 13th, and they're riding in the streets. They're going crazy. They're blaming FSU.
Paybacks.
The national championship game, and I do believe the national championship game is going to be played in Atlanta.
Again?
I think it's going to be played in Atlanta.
I don't know.
Oh, we always play in Georgia and Atlanta. I mean, come on.
I think it is. I really do. I think it's in Atlanta this year.
Yeah.
Here we go. They start out the season ranked number 1 in the nation. It is the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're going to play the team that started the season out preseason poll at number 2, the Georgia Bulldogs. The national championship, number 1, number 2. Big Ten, SEC. They didn't predict a winner. I got the Buckeyes win the national championship.
Oof.
I'm going way too early. I think Ohio State wins it all this year. It's do or die in Buckeye land.
It's not that easy. I still think Georgia has a clear separation at the quarterback spot. Now,
That could be the difference.
I think Ohio State can get there, but what I saw from the spring game, there's still a lot of work to do at the quarterback spot, and some in the offensive line. Right tackle is a sore spot for them right now. I think they're going to address that maybe through the portal. But I'd have Georgia number one right now, just based on what they have coming back and Carson back.
Well, the reason I picked Georgia to lose, and I don't think they're going to defeat. Their schedule's brutal.
Yeah.
And you play all these different things. There are going to be a lot of injuries this year.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these playing the extra games against really tough teams. I just think they're going to be beat up by the end of the year. I think Ohio State will be healthier. I got the Buckeyes winning.
One thing that gives me a little bit of pause about kind of assessing the quarterbacks in the spring game is Ohio State's defense is nasty. I mean, secondary is incredible. Probably one of the best secondaries we've had in the last 10 years. I mean, you add Caleb Downs to Burke and those guys.
I don't want to talk about him.
The defensive line, they brought everybody back. They had guys come back that could have been first-round picks. You know, J.T. Tuamala, Jack Sawyer, I mean, Talik Williams. I mean, those guys were all first to third-round picks. They're all back. They also got some younger guys that they've landed that are really elite.
All right, here's something I read about Ohio State. And, Jim, you watched the game. Spring football, Ohio State's defense shows out. Alabama has work to do. This is some article about Alabama, Ohio State. Alabama has work to do. Defense, wide receivers, kicking game. Alabama's defense needs work to get better. Ohio State, on the other hand, they got Chip Kelly. Ohio State's offense only had 4 touchdowns wherever they had their game.
Yeah.
Ohio State's DB's very impressive. Ohio State defense gave up 357 yards. Ohio State defense is going to be really good. First unit, I think, gave up 1 touchdown. They had 4 interceptions in the game.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there you go. You got 2 of the best in the whole country.
They had 2 guys that were projected to be in the first 2 rounds, and then, you know, you get Caleb Downs coming in to secure that, you know, back into the secondary.
And those 2 didn't make any interceptions.
No, and then you slide Styles down to his natural position at linebacker, and now you got a nasty defense. So that's going to carry them this year. I think they have a good enough quarterback to win it, but, you know, Georgia's Georgia. They got a lot of talent.
The big difference, and James Hale will tell you what I'm going to say is true, because he's asked me every time we coach against anybody, does their quarterback run the ball?
Right.
Do they run the option? You know this, and I'm going to tell for the people out there, that makes all the difference in the world when you have to defend them. If that quarterback is just a static statue like Kyle McCord was last year, you've made that coordinator's job 1,000 times easier.
Yep.
Now, you watch Ohio State play, every single quarterback they put out there, every single one of them ran a read option, probably intentionally.
Right.
And they were untouched. Now, obviously, their defense is playing very bland, very, very vanilla defenses, but I'm not worried about their quarterbacks at all. I think they've got 2 or 3 that can really play. Even Julian Sand, the freshman, he looked overmatched a little bit. He had a bad throw. The guy picked it off, ran it back about 70 yards. But he's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But between Howard and Devin Brown, they're going to be fine. I'm serious. I'm not worried at all. I mean, not even 1%. They'll be fine. Whoever it plays, they'll be fine.
All right. Did 24/7 get it right? Georgia, Ohio State for the national championship.
I could see. I don't know. I can't prognosticate.
Way too early. Who do you think wins this year?
I want Ohio State to win it all.
I just think
or Georgia.
I just see things switching. I see the Big Ten. You see it coming. Michigan won it last year. They were 15-0, and I didn't think that would happen. It did.
I don't look at it like that.
I do.
I just look at who does Ohio State put out there, and who do the other teams put out there. And I watched a little bit of Alabama, and this is no disrespect to Alabama. It's not the same.
No.
Ohio State's players are really good. I mean, really good. And when they always talk about, one of the big advantages that Michigan had, they had all these guys come back.
Older.
Well, isn't that true this year for Ohio State?
17
they have
starters.
like 18 starters back.
Yeah.
18, something like that.
Georgia's got a lot back too.
No, I mean those are the two teams
That's
that have
my
the
point.
best rosters. Now I
That's
think
my
Ohio
point.
State, 1 through 22 has the best roster, but my issue with them is I'm not there yet with the quarterback. I'm not there yet with their offensive line. I have to see that because that's what's been their bugaboo the last 2-3 years.
Does Texas get there? Does Texas have a threat to get there?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have the roster to get there, but they're playing a brutal schedule. They're playing the SEC, and I'm not totally sold on Sarkisian as being a national championship caliber coach. That doesn't mean he can't get there, but the history has proven otherwise. And last year against Washington kind of proved that again.
Jason, we got about 2 minutes real quick. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, you got not just one location. Everybody knows it's Pier Park. You got 2 great ones now. Talk about that.
Yeah, you can come see us now on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. We got our certified sports nutritionists on staff. They can write you out a meal plan. We have the free sample bar where you can come down, try products. I know a lot of people, buy a protein. They get it to the house. They taste it. It doesn't mix very well. You can come try ours for free. You don't have to buy anything. You come down. We'll mix you a shake up. You can taste it, see how it mixes. Pre-workouts. If you take pre-workouts, come down. We give you a pre-workout. You can take it with you. You can try it out in the gym. But we are located in the Del Coronado Village next to Black Sheep Armory and Taziki's, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Has Gordy been down there to see you?
Gordy and his kids have been down there.
I was about to say, you want to get an edge with your kids. If you care about the future of your kids, son or daughter, make sure you go see Jason Kovaleski. That little edge could be the difference of getting a scholarship and not getting one.
Jeremy, with Coach Brown, I mean, he's my friend. I call him Jeremy. But Coach Brown down at Bay High, he's brought 4 or 5 of his players down. We've got him on a little bit of regiment. He just texted me the other day about how well they're doing on that and how much, they've improved. So we're going to sit down sometime this week when I get a little time. He had a little bit of things going on over the weekend, too. But we're going to sit down and really start to, focus on the kids that want to do this, and we're going to get them right. We can get them bigger, stronger, faster. It's not, we're not guessing at this. There's a formula here that we can sit them down and teach them the basic in nutrition and then add supplementation in there to kind of enhance that.
No doubt about it. Also, don't forget, we know it's gorgeous outside. People starting to go to the beach, getting on the boats, playing golf. Make sure you protect your skin. And when you got Dr. Ward, a legendary doctor, offices throughout Northwest Florida. Don't put it off if something doesn't look right, feel right. And you want to get checked at least once a year anyway, regardless of your age. Call, make an appointment, Dr. Ward. They do a great job. And there's offices throughout Northwest Florida. And we can listen to him Wednesdays at 7:30 right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. 3 great locations. Newbie 2 on the curve to go watch all sporting events. The Mothership, you can go play bingo. Get there about 12 on Thursday. They start playing bingo about 1 o'clock. Go have a great time at Newbies. Tell them Coach sent you. We'll be right back for our little last segment, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Your attention, please. ESPN Northwest Florida reminds you it's the law. It's the law. When there's a double red flag, stay out of the water, stick your toes in the sand, grab a cold drink, and listen to live sports.
Swung on, miss, strike 3.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Double play!
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Tuesday's weather forecast. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a high near 78 and a wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and a temperature of 66. About the same tomorrow, around 76 with some clouds and a wind around 6 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. Hot with a high around 76 and partly cloudy Thursday. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The road is yours, so let your spring adventures begin and discover the new Kia at Bill Berg Kia. Stop by today and check out our 2024 SUV family and take a test drive. See all the new features that elevate any adventure. Now offering 4.75% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX. You'll get
Get that rugged good look with luxury and the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by anytime and see us at 2425 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll give you the peace of mind that you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2024 Kia Sorento EX with $2,294 per month per 1,000 finance in 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 4/30/24.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey. Join me weekdays starting at 11 for the Inside Drive. The latest sports stories, the biggest reactions, and even sports betting right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio on ESPN Northwest Florida.
And we are back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you so much, Pat. Just got a notice from Pat Bunker that we did win the Ryan Mulvey golf tournament, and we got a $500 at Firefly.
What?
Yes, $500.
Nice.
Yes. So you and
One person will be able to add.
Basically,
Conrad.
Taylor.
Taylor can go. So Conrad, Glenn, if y'all listen, $500 at one of the top places around.
I will say this. I hit about 6 good shots, and I think we used 4 of them. So
I'd say one of them, you crushed one of those.
I did crush one of them on, I think it was 16. I hit about a 280-yard drive. It was the only drive I hit all day because I haven't played in 5 years.
Well, we had the state championship female.
She
was
was
incredible.
Having her being able to hit from the female tees because she's female was like, putting a man up there because she was hitting 240.
And I will say this, Conrad still plays good.
No, he hit some great shots. It was just a perfect mix. When I needed to hit a shot, one of 6 that I hit all day, it ended up being a good shot. When Conrad needed to hit a good shot, he did. But Taylor carried us, and she deserves all the credit.
Yeah, so Firefly, we got $500 Firefly. Wow. So that's awesome, man.
So you are buying me dinner again.
Well,
he won. He's a cheap banjo, man.
Taylor's buying you dinner. She won it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you vote for us best of Bay. We hopefully we'll get in that. Now
let's get back. Let's get back to this 12-team playoff for just for a second.
No. We're not.
No. I need to. I meant to say this. In what world is Alabama not going to be in that? That's such BS. I don't believe that for a nano. Like Deion said. In what world is Alabama not going to be in the playoff?
Right.
If they're third in the SEC
and
West.
To have you two out at 4, that's somebody that's looking for clicks and attention.
Exactly.
Utah, there's zero chance Utah's going to be the 4th seed in a 12-team playoff next year.
Utah's in, but Alabama's not.
If they're the Pac-12, the Big 12 champion.
We don't even know what conference they're in now.
They're in the Big 12.
Who's in the Big 12 besides them?
Whoever's.
So what's Washington State and Oregon
exactly.
State? Are they just like independent? What are they?
Who?
Washington State and Oregon State.
They're not even league.
Not that they're a player.
I think they're in the Pac-12. They're a 2-team conference.
2 teams.
And they play...
hey, we're in the playoffs, baby.
I want to ask you a question. You walked in here. I'm very disappointed in Michigan, the state of Michigan. Death to America. I hear Michigan residents saying death to America.
That's Rashida Tlaib, baby.
Yeah.
I could not believe that. And then you got another staffer got arrested last night, 3 o'clock, 1.5 miles away from Schembechler Hall. What's going on up there? Y'all can't handle success?
Denard Robinson
He can't handle it. Hey, he can't handle it.
First time ever.
Why don't you start talking mess about what happened on the Golden Gate Bridge yesterday, by the way, with all these morons?
Let's talk in Michigan.
By the way, even our left-wing governor came out against the Death to America chats.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about
all
that.
the Michiganders, by the way, who are patriotic Americans. So,
why don't we deport these people if they hate America?
Anyway,
I'm going to get back to Michigan football. What is
I was going to bring that up. Hold on a second, Coach.
What is
it's my
happening?
world. You're just living in it right now. Take it easy.
It's in 30 seconds.
Well, it's a short
Anyway,
period.
I was very disappointed in hearing that because it seems like a lot of staffers are getting OWIs, DWIs, what have you. And I did some more intel because I just don't spew fake news like a lot of media outlets and stuff like that.
Why'd you look at Jason then?
No, I'm looking at you.
Oh.
And I guess what happened was the sheriff's report said he wasn't drunk or nothing, but he was tired and he was operating while intoxicated. So he might have took some pills or something and he fell asleep. And
He was
then
just on drugs.
That was a
next
wait.
thing you
He's
know.
not drinking. Go ahead. Go back to the.
Why did
your house, sir?
only had two officers.
This is
I
what
only
the
had two.
report stated. It stated that he wasn't impaired, like drunk and all that crap.
He
But
just wrecked his car at 3 a.m. It happens all the time.
it was at 4 a.m. He had someone else in the car with him. It was found in a retention pond and all that. He
What
even
did
said
Jim
he
Tressel say?
I don't know. I don't care what Jim Tressel
Nothing
says.
good happens after 11 p.m.
Oh, dude, the preacher says that. Your mom and dad said that when you were a kid. Nothing good comes after actually it's after 10, right?
I hear everything you say, but the bottom line, was he arrested?
He posted bond, I believe.
So he was arrested.
Right.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything. Okay.
He wasn't drinking.
He's suspended.
Though. He just lost control of his car at 3 a.m.
So here's the
leaving
thing.
The bar.
Here is the thing before everyone jumps up. You're innocent. You're still innocent until proven guilty and not guilty by the court of public stupid opinion, man. I'm sick of this country and let the courts play it out. And can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Congratulations to Kentley for getting first place in a golf tournament over in Shalimar.
All right.
Improved her strokes. And if she was in the 13U division, she would have got a podium. And congratulations SBA. The national team won the tournament up in East Cobb.
Woo!
And Eddie's team, which is a feeder team, came in third.
Wow.
Eddie hit 77 on the gun. The Showcase Baseball Academy team Torres.
Third.
And all that. Third out of 20. Third out of 18.
We only got winners on here, man.
That's right.
Nothing but winners.
Winners, bro.
The price of victory is high, but so the rewards.
I think I have one more shout out.
Yeah.
This is do or die. Big game for Panhandle football. Spring football. We go down to Zephyros this weekend. It's do or die. We win. We make it to the Final Four at IMG in a couple weeks. If we lose, we're out. We're playing down in Zephyros. You guys know Zephyros, right?
No.
It's north of Tampa, right? It's down by where, all that.
Yeah.
So that's where they're playing. Big game.
Where's
Big
it-
game.
where's it-
3 o'clock Saturday.
Where's it being played?
Zephyros. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm a Yankee, you know.
Zephyr Hills. All right, here we go.
Go.
Let me talk about national championships.
Michigan, go blue.
We lost every one of our coaches. Saban left. Everybody's gone. And then we win a national championship. What's going on? How can that be possibly happen? A team that wins a national championship, every single coach leaves. What's up with that? Why would that happen at Alabama?
You probably know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hammer's coming down.
That didn't happen at Alabama. That happened at Michigan.
Yeah.
Why is that? You always keep it real. You would be fair
will.
and balanced.
I will. Dude, Harbaugh has always wanted to win a Super Bowl. That's no surprise to anyone that he left of L.A. and his wife is from L.A. From
Right.
California, actually
True.
San Francisco
That's true.
area,
Yeah.
and she's had that itch to go back to California.
Right.
So, and NCAA president always come down and said Michigan won it fair and square. So people are trying to beat a dead horse, like you, the media pundits. Just let it go. Nothing's gonna happen, bro. Nothing. NOTHING. November Oscar Tango Hotel India November Golf for you phonetic people there.
Whoa. Oh, hey, what do you do? You come and disrespect our studio.
Anyway, just spilled the pot there. Anyway, that's it. Nothing.
Well, I will
So
say
get over
this.
yourself.
Why would a coach leave, a running back coach leave a program like
Mike Hart wasn't retained by the new staff.
You wouldn't let me finish.
Okay.
A new coach comes in from Ohio State. Why would he leave the Buckeyes? I'm trying to be fair and balanced. I'm trying to be on both sides.
Yeah, why would he leave the Buckeyes go to Michigan if the hammer's so-called coming down?
Yeah.
But like Jason said, I didn't know that he wasn't offered the job.
Jason,
back, right?
you-
The running back
would you
coach.
like-
He was
you like to respond to that?
Yeah, he wasn't renewed.
And then Mike Hart wasn't renewed. So, I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. If I was a Buckeye, I wouldn't go up to the school up north and coach or play. And if I was a Michigan or if I was a Wolverine, I sure as hell wouldn't go down to Columbus. I don't care how much money they paid me. There's principles, bro.
Definitely.
The root of all evil is
Boy,
money, bro.
I'll tell you what.
Root of all evil. I brought it to the show and I'm bringing it today, dude.
That's a big rivalry. That's a hated rivalry. How much
They
time we got?
suck, man.
How much time
Yeah,
we got?
you won't hear us
They
cheering
stink.
for each other
No.
and chanting Big Ten when Michigan
Oh,
wins.
go Big Ten, man. No way. We wanted to lose, bro. Not all SEC kumbaya crap.
The worst thing for an Ohio fan is to watch Michigan play Notre Dame. Can both lose? Can both teams lose?
Exactly. When Ohio State and Notre Dame play, can they both lose the game?
Yeah. That's
Will the
fair.
Stadium implode.
Why can't help me, man? Where's the love in here? What is love?
It just means more.
Why can't y'all just get along?
It means more before you.
No fun getting along.
Imposters down south.
At least we pull.
Imposters.
We
The
pull
SEC
for
has
other
this,
SEC schools.
well, they have this inferiority complex. That way, if like Ole Miss, if Alabama wins, they can share in the championship. So they root for everybody in the conference.
No.
Oh, speaking about Ole Miss,
That's not how we
hey,
do it.
this is for Brian.
Thank you, Randy.
Hey, remember my buddy that you met at Publix, Brian, the Ole Miss,
How much time?
Southern Miss? Can I say something?
Hey, we got to go. No, you hush. We don't want to hear you.
It's Ole Miss's year, by the way. If they don't do it, they'll never do it. Just saying, Brian.
Hey, Ryan Moe's got a great show coming up 11 to 1. And David and the Underdogs, outstanding show 4 to 6. Then we got the Mouth of the South 6 to 10. We're out 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Hi, this is Ryan Mulvey and Jay Henley from the Inside Drive.
And we're seeking